Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, we're going to paint some Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures. Yeah. We're doing something different today on the stream. We're going to paint up, let's see, Red Skull and Black Widow. Yeah. They have very similar color palettes, color schemes, so I figured I'd do them both together. And just here's Iron Man that I was painting up earlier, a few days ago. Not finished with them. Still a lot of details. I have to put the gold and the silver on him. But the red is gone okay. Yeah. So painting miniatures is something that I do for fun, painting miniatures for miniature war games. Yeah. All right. Let me check if the stream is running. What? Let me get a friend of mine. How do we do this? Share stream, right? Share stream, because I want a friend of mine who is also into Marvel Crisis Protocol. Why is it all blurry? What? Why is it so blurry? Oh my gosh. Let me wipe the lens on the iPad. It's a live stream, so sometimes things don't go right. Yeah, that looks better actually. Cool. Yeah, so Marvel Crisis Protocol. And we will be using paints like this, some Army Painter paints. Army Painter Speed Paints. Where's the Army Painter logo? No Army Painter logo. Okay, yeah, we're using speed paints. Because I find them to be quite excellent. Here, like the Army Painter War Paints. I'm going to be using some metallics too. Alright. How do we do this? Messages. Twitch. There we go. Alright. Alright. I'm going to check if the stream is running. I'll be right back. I'm going to check the audio levels. Alright, go into channel. Here we are. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Stream is running. Looks good. Alright. So let's get to painting. Let me get the Stream Manager up. Connecting to chat. There we go. Ah, fudge. Reload. It's a live stream, so we have some technical difficulties sometimes. All right, here we go to our painting area. This is what I use for a water cup. I've learned instead of using definitely don't use a plastic cup because they are easy to knock down. A little shallow yogurt container is perfect for the water to clean your brush. Before I was using a glass jar because it's heavy and it's, not easy to knock down. But the thing is, you don't need like that much water. It's too big and heavy and hard to store. So here's our miniatures. Here's okay. This is a Marvel United miniature that I've sprayed black just to show you guys an example of dry brushing that I'm going to start. I didn't get all the... It looks like I missed a few spots with the spray paint. Oh no. But yeah, so how we start is to get to this point, from like this point, is we get the miniature, we assemble it, we spray it black. I like to use, what is that called? I think it's Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum chalked black. Let me get the spray can that I use. That way this will be like a full tutorial almost. So here's the primer that I highly recommend. It is this one, Rust-Oleum Chalked, and I use charcoal for the black spray. Ultra matte paint, and that gives it a really good kind of matte, not rough finish, but it is, so then the acrylic paints will have a good surface to adhere to, because if you try to paint straight onto the plastic, the paint will rub off because it's smooth plastic. So this is what we use for that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, let's try not to touch the microphone. Now, for now, so here's a regular acrylic paint, Americana. You could buy this at like Michael's, sometimes Walmart, Hobby Lobby, craft stores. This is craft paint. This is like usually $1 to $1.25. So shake that up. And we'll do an example of dry brushing, because I actually want to dry brush this a little more. I've already dry brushed this white, but I think we should go a little brighter in some parts. Yeah. So we shake up the paint. And what we do for dry brushing is we use this. This is just an elf blending eye brush. Yeah. Fudge. Man, that won't focus. But it's cheap. They're like $1 a piece. There we go. And they're really good for dry brushing. Instead of buying like a $10 professional dry brush, this is perfect for that. Okay. Let's get some paint. Put it here. Okay. And we'll get started. Hold on, let me check if that text message went through. Okay. Let's go here. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to, send a message in chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube, post a comment. Let me know what you'd like to know more about. So we're gonna get this miniature. Man, I wish I hit all the right spots with all the black, but sometimes imperfections like that happen. So what we do is dab some of this there, and then we gotta wipe off the excess. Well, not the excess, the majority of it. Yeah. And that's why we call it a dry brush, because you're gonna try to get most of the wet paint off. That way, very little paint rubs off onto the model. So like I said, you would spray paint it black, like this. And then we need a white surface, and then the black to the white. There'll be grays in the middle because of the gradation. And that's how we will do this. See? Oh. A little more. Wipe off more of the paint. As much of the paint as you can. See? And this is called dry brushing, and this will give us, you know, the high points, because the points in the recesses don't get any paint. And then the speed paints that we use are what they are transparent inks, actually, rather than an opaque paint. Oh, look at that. Oh, shower's leaking. That's fine. So see how that texture comes out? The surface texture of the model? We want the base too. So this is a very easy step. That baldy spot. Because anything in the recesses will be shaded. And anything, you know, raised that gets the white paint will be highlighted, giving you really good, you know, gradation of color. So, and the method that the internet calls this technique is called slap chop, because it's pretty quick. Well, quick enough. Okay, we need a little more white paint. Da, da, da. See? Try to remove as much of the white paint as possible. Because otherwise it would cover up everything. That's not what we're trying to do. Also, it could get streaky. You know, like, I think that part is not exactly right. We want a lot of highlights on the head because this will be the main focus. Because the rest of the outfit is just going to be black. I'll go through with it. It's kind of hard to paint like this. Because what I mean, streaming, because normally I would be putting this near my head, near my face to look at it with my eyes. But I'm trying to look at it through the iPad screen. Because I have it underneath there. Okay, let's try to get this. Oh man, the red is still not good. All right, let's get more of the white. Let's try to get underneath here. And that red is going to be a problem. No, there we go. That fixed that. Sometimes you just gotta jam the brush in under there, because it's hard to reach under there. Now, you know, for this process, we're not going for perfection. We're going for speed. All right, I think the front needs more. And this step is really important to get the dry brush down, because if you leave it too dark, the model becomes too dark with very few highlights. You also don't want to go the other way and just, like, you wouldn't spray the whole thing white and start from there, because then you would have no gradations when you paint. It'll just be one flat color. All right, that's looking good. So see the difference? You know, if you have to rewind and look at what the model looked like when it was only just primed black, you know, take a look at that, and then you could see a world of difference. Yeah. Let's jam the bristles in there. That's why it's good to have these cheap makeup brushes. You could get them at any pharmacy for like $1.25, or from Amazon you could order a whole bunch of them. Any brand will do, really. But, you know, some kind of fuzzy brush like this. All right. Now, I kind of want it to be brighter. No, actually, this is fine. So see how I got this to be like this? It's the same process. I want the skull and the Tesseract cube to be bright though. So as much white as we could get there. Okay. All right. See? You went from a wholly black spray painted model to a dry brushed white one. Here's the comparison. See? It's really simple to dry brush and make those details pop. Same with the Black Widow here. Now on this, I painted some of the base metallic color because I had some metallic color already ready to go. But we're going to put another layer of metal on there. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay, and I suggest washing this right away because leaving the paint like that will ruin the brush. So I'm gonna paint that a little bit. So, I mean, wash it in the bathroom here. So I will be right back after I remove. So yeah, you just have to rinse it under the sink. It's a water-based paint, so totally fine. Oh man, the glove got all wet. Hold on. And you could also wash it with soap. You know, soap and water is good. And then you gotta let that dry. You can't use it for dry brushing again until it's completely dry. All right, let me get some paper towel. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So we've dry brushed it. You've seen how to, spray painting the model black, dry brushing it white, and you need to do that for speed paints and contrast paints, and when also using like transparent inks. For this speed paint, contrast paint, slap chop style of painting, which you will see works really well. Okay, so the colors we'll be using. Okay, our main colors we'll be using are Grim Black for their outfits. I think Slaughter Red for, what's his name's? Red Skull's head. And then this lighter Blood Red for Black Widow's hair. And then this Crusader skin for Black Widow's skin. And then plasmatic bolt for the Tesseract that Red Skull is holding. Okay, let's shake these up. Always good to shake the paint. And these paints have little mixing balls in them, which, you know, helps to mix the paint, of course, because these inks settle. So you need to shake them up so all the pigment particles disperse into the liquid medium. All right, and then with what do you call it? With speed paints like this, you want to work from the lightest color to the darkest color. Okay. So let's start with the plasmatic bolt for the Tesseract. Now I use these. These are the caps to water bottles, like those gallon water bottles. Oh, jugs. But you could use any kind of cap. You know, you don't have to buy a fancy paint palette. At least not for speed paints. Okay. And I'll use this brush. Dip it in the water. You have to wring out most of the... You have to make sure it's dry. Well, not dry, but moist, but, you know, has a good tip. Right? So, we have a Tesseract here. Let's see. Ooh, man. My depth perception is not so good on looking through the iPad. We'll try our best. See how that works? Everything that was highlighted white now starts to be color. And everything that was still, you know, black or shades of gray, that's what happens. See? Get this cool effect. That's why we use a black base coat and a white dry brush. Cool, huh? Let's grab a little more paint. Oh, fudge, it's so hard to see. Probably should have used a smaller brush. Man, when I paint his glove, I'm gonna have to do it right in front of my face. And the great thing about these transparent speed paints is that the white parts, you know, they get highlighted like that, see? I'd have a light touch. And I mean, we could put another layer of it, but it's doing its job. Making a really nice glowing object. See? Isn't that cool? Okay, let's... You know what, I don't think... I could just put it like this, so it's centered more. Since we're not dry brushing, let me flip this over. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, now this is gonna go by quick. All right, let's get it. We're gonna use Slaughter Red for Red Skull's face. That's all. I've been using this color a lot. Been using it on Battletech mechs. Got to clean off that nozzle because it's getting clogged under the cap. Okay. Get some of that red. Okay. You know, and go slowly. This is kind of hard doing this without looking up close. Trying to look, doing this through the iPad screen. So it's almost like I'm doing, you know, that robot surgery where doctors use robot limbs? I want the paint in there. Maybe we made that too white, because now there's no gradation. No more paint. Yeah. I think it could have used a little more gradation. You know, just go slowly. There's no race to finish the thing, but let me look at it with my own eyes. Oh man, did I mess up the cube? No. That's all right. It's so shiny. All right. That's fine. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Now you gotta let these colors dry before you do any color that's next to it, or else it'll run together. Yeah. Okay. I see Lucas in the chat. Welcome, Lucas. I am painting Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures right now. So we are doing, what are we doing? We're doing Red Skull and Black Widow because they have similar color schemes. Yeah. We have spray painted the models black and then dry brushed them with some white paint. That way there's some gradation of black in the recesses, white on the highlights, and you know, some of the white paint will be gray, where the two colors mix. All right, let's put that there. All right. All right, while that's drying, let's fudge. This is so difficult. Let's try and do Black Widow's colors. So we have to work from the lightest color to the darkest. Yeah. So we did Red Skull's head. Now we got to do Black Widow's face. Oh, that was off screen, so got a little drop of this Crusader skin over there. Let's use a smaller brush. Look how tiny that is. Okay. Oh. So let's see what we can do here. It's a little hard to do using the trying to do this under the iPad screen. And see how the speed paints work? They're transparent. So the white paint underneath shows, oh man, is there cleavage? Okay, there slightly is. So we got to use a tiny amount of paint. Oh man, it's so blurry. Okay. So hard to do this on, there we go. From looking at through the iPad screen. You know, and you try to do it as best you can. You know, within the lines. Okay. So it is supposed to be not uniformly colored. Okay. And it is supposed to be runny like this, but it's fine. Okay. Because what we're doing is we're just tinting. Right? It's okay. We could put another coat of that when that dries. All right. Since we do have some of the Slaughter Red left, we'll paint the this Marvel United miniature of Red Skull. Oh, let's use the thicker brush. Oh, so hard to do with the iPad screen. Because usually I would just put this right close to my eyes. But at least it acts like a magnifier. It's so tiny that the iPad's having a hard time focusing. Let me put more of the red paint. Which one was I using? Slaughter Red? There it is. And we're using this Speed Paint Slaughter Red. Let's get it there so that'll be in the recesses so it'll be darker. There we go, that's better. And learning brush control it's hard enough. But eventually, after doing a lot of these, you get the hang of it. It's so shiny, it's hard to see what part is not painted. Did we get under here? Chin up, Red Skull. Life's not so bad. And the reason we work from the lighter colors to the darker is any mistakes where it crosses the line will get covered up by a darker color because his coat is going to be black. And then that should cover up any red that's spilled over. All right, that's fine. You know, the only other color we have to do on here is black. But should we do that now? I kind of have to wait for this red to dry. You know, some people, to speed things up, they'll use a hair dryer and then just go to dry the paint quicker. I don't have that luxury right now. Okay, let's see how the face tint is going. Could just, it's a little still runny where it, you know what, that's probably okay. All right, let's, what we could do is now paint the black. So we're using Speed Paint Grim Black. Shake up the paint. Put up a good, if you keep hearing some, that's my sleeve hitting the cardboard box. Because how I do, you know, painting is like, I put everything in like this little cardboard. It's like when you get like a, you know, a tray of like sodas, like that box, like when you go to Costco. That's what I use to paint. That way, paint, if you happen to spill the paint, it doesn't go all over and get onto the table. At least the cardboard can soak it up. Okay. So let's go, we'll just cover this all in black. Any minor details you can get later. I really don't care what his shirt. So we'll use a small brush to get right up here. And because this is speed paint black, oh fudge, you know, it's runny, and then the edges of the white will get highlighted. Fudge. Fudge, fudge, fudge. Oh man, so hard to have brush control from just looking at the iPad screen. Okay. We want, the hard part is going to be these gloves. Let's touch that there first. Then try. We don't have to get all the way to the edge because you can imagine his fingers are glowing with power. Unlimited power. You know, from the Tesseract. Fudge, wish it would focus. Focus, please. You just want to tap it. Fudge. Okay. Okay. The way we fix that, if we go over, rinse out our brush. And let me just do this by eye. And wipe off as much of it as you can. And you could retouch it up later. See, and then the water will erase some of it. That's fine. Okay. You know, we don't go for perfection here. It'll look good and it looks bad until it looks good. Okay, that's my saying. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Let's get some paint. Now we could just block in the rest of the colors. And then see all those white highlights? That comes from the speed paint. From the dry brushing we did earlier of white. And be careful, we don't want the paint to splatter onto the ground, the base. Probably should use a smaller brush here. You know. We'll do what we can. Okay, let's get more of this. There, see all the gradations and the highlights from the white. Okay. Da, da, da. There's a few bubbles in the paint. That's fine. Just if you see those, try to pop them. Okay. Oh, okay. This is going to be tricky. How do we get under there? We have to hold it like this. Well, to get a little, fudge. Touch the paint. Fudge. Okay. Dang it. Ugh. Depth perception is bad. I'm looking through the iPad. Okay, so I can't exactly see under there perfectly, but we're trying to do our best. All right, and then we try to see if we got most of what needs to be colored. Yeah, it's looking all right. The hand holding the Tesseract is not perfect, but fudge. There. Okay, let's let that dry. Oh, I need the color for the base. For the concrete. What color do we use for that? It's like something like runic gray or something. Hold on, I have to find that color. Do I already have that color out? No, it's not blue. No. Oh man, where did I put that color? It's got to be here. Hold on. Ah, here it is. Runic gray. That's what we use for the concrete. Okay. Okay, since Black Widow still okay, Black Widow. Yeah, the skin color is alright. It's not perfect, but we got a color. The bricks are a problem. Oh, fudge, I should have used a smaller brush. No, it's fine. Fudge, this is yucky. Oh, it's gonna get everywhere. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, we're just gonna put it like that for now. Man, why is this brush so tattered now? This brush used to be better, but I used it too much. Need to get a better, fresh brush. Okay. Okay. Gotta be careful. Okay, let me change the water. Because the water's dirty. Okay. Let me change the water. See? I feel like I need a smaller brush, but I don't have one currently. Oh no, I do. This one's, no, this one's all tattered too. Hold on, let me go check if I have a better brush. Alright, I'll be right back, because I know I have a whole bunch of new paintbrushes somewhere. I do have. I have a whole bunch of new brushes. I got these at Five Below for $1. That means this pack of brushes are like, what, maybe 33 cents each. So, and I bought a whole stack of them too. We need a good point. Just these. The thing is, when the tips get tattered like that, they're kind of not good to work with anymore. I mean, you could still use them for other stuff, but for details, you need a brush with a good point. Okay. Hold on, let me go wash this brush. Because when you get a new brush, see how it's pointy? They dip this in starch it's like super stiff. So you have to wash the brush when you're new. Sev, hello. Oh, and by the way, Sev and Lucas, other Lucas, a big peacekeeper salute to y'all. Hide the kush, Lucas. There we go. Peace angels in the chat. May the angels protect and guide you. Hold on, let me go wash this brush. But we are working on Black Widow and Red Skull. Oh man, yeah. That was a little hard to wash off. When you get new paintbrushes, you have to wash off the starch because they dip it in starch to keep the point. Yeah. And I bought these. I don't know if they still have them, Sev, but I got these at Five Below for like $1. And there's like 3 brushes in here, so like 33 cents a brush, and they're really good. Super pointy. And then for that price, you just buy a whole stack of them. And then when they're no good, you could either throw them or just use them for other purposes. But what we did so far is, so Sev, when I'm gonna upload this stream to YouTube so you could see the beginning process. What I use is, I mean, I didn't do it, but so I used that primer, the Rust-Oleum chalked primer in black, and after you assemble the miniature, you spray it black, and then you use like any kind of cheap white paint, and you can get a cheap makeup brush with a fuzzy head. Like this is the Elf blending eye brush. You can get it at like any pharmacy or online for like $1 or like $1.25. And then you dry brush the miniature. So here's a Marvel United miniature. So see how the miniature used to be black, and then I dry brushed over it with white, but the dry brushing leaves like black in the recesses and then turns parts of it gray, and then the edges get all white, and then that's how you get gradation when you use speed paints. Yeah. And then you just dry brush the whole thing white. I mean, some people will do different layers, like they'll do a layer of dry brush gray and then dry brush white. But I found if you just use white, the middle areas become gray anyway because of the undercoat of black. And as far as we got so far is with Red Skull, we've been using speed paint. And then see how I put black speed paint over this? And look how much detail you get from the white dry brushing. So the black paint is transparent paint. So the way you get your highlights is from the dry brushing. See? So starts black, you dry brush it white, and then, you know, whatever other color you put on top, like black speed paint. And this is what I used, you know, Grimblack speed paint. For the head, I used, not Blood Red, I used Slaughter Red. All this comes in the starter set, so it's not fancy paints. And then I used this Plasmatic Bolt for the Tesseract Cube. And so far it looks pretty decent, you know. I mean, I still do a very light dry brush to make the edges stand out even better. And I will show you that. You know what? Let me just finish up this. With the Black Widow, we didn't get too far yet. So with Black Widow, we just did the skin. We have to do the black. I just did the red on there. And I didn't do this tonight, but this was what I did before. I'm working on Iron Man. It's going okay, not great. What I did was I painted the whole Iron Man armor like metallic silver, and then I put the transparent speed paint red over the silver. It looks all right. But then I have to touch up, I have to put the gold, the silver, and the energy plasmatic blue. So it'll get there eventually. Yeah. So yeah, let me finish up Red Skull. Maybe I won't finish Black Widow. No, I gotta, you know, Black Widow won't be that hard to finish. So, yeah. Okay, so Black Widow, we're gonna make blood red hair. Oh, I was shaking up the paint and I hit the iPad. Yeah, so I really suggest speed paints are the way to go, like miniatures wise these days. It's so like easy to use. It's always, you know, the same process. It's just spray the miniature black, dry brush white, and then speed paint over that. And then I always put a dry brush of the bleached bone color. Okay, this is red, right? Let's do Black Widow's hair. So it's got all those details. It's, see how speed paints work? The edges and tips just highlight themselves. So it's a big time saver. I mean, even though I do put a dry brush afterwards too. It's so hard to do this with the iPad. See, because normally I put this right up to my eyeball to paint, but in order to do this, to stream it, I have to do this under the iPad, so then the iPad camera can pick it up. So if I can do this live on stream with the adversity of not having to look directly at the miniature, like looking at it. You know what it's like? It's like, you know how doctors can do surgery through a computer screen and like robotic arms? It's like that. Oh man. You just gotta move slowly. Like you move your hands as little as possible. I know, it's so difficult, little robot. Like, when you're doing it like this, from watching a screen, you gotta make your movements as small as possible, because you have to remember it's farther from you than it actually is. Like, wait, honestly, now that you look at it, she probably would look good in an all-white suit. Like, didn't her sister have like a white suit, right? Yeah. Or did she have one in the Black Widow movie? I have to rewatch that. I remember it being good. It was interesting about her fake spy family. Man, the depth perception is so difficult looking at the screen. Did I get it all? Well, look at that. I think I did get it all. Oh, there. Fudge, there's just little kind of fudge. You know, and any mistakes you could touch up later. You know, you don't have to do the whole miniature in one sitting. You could always put it down and then observe it later if there are any mistakes that you want to fix. Yeah, I wish most of the Marvel cast didn't die or go away. I mean, Black Widow is gone, Tony Stark is gone, Captain America. There we go. See, you add a little more and then it deepens the recesses. So good. Oh man, did I miss her cheek? You know what? We'll have to just add the skin color over there. That's fine. She wore one of those. I can't look at it through right now on the iPad. Yeah, but I'll look it up. You saw an article that they are making a new Avengers with Iron Man and Cap again? Because everything else is doing... Just so true. I missed the original Avengers lineup. I know there's a new Marvels movie with Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Miss Marvel. I'm just not motivated to see it. I mean, I'll see it when it's like free on the internet. Did I get under there? I think I got under there. That's fine. All right, let's continue with the Red Skull. Let's see. And you saw that it's doing badly on pre-sales and that it'll flop as badly as Flash did. You know what? I watched Flash on, what was it? HBO Max. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was funny. You know, despite all his crazy real life controversies. He's a funny actor. Okay, so I use Runic Gray on the base, but you know what? I kind of wish I started with this one, Gravelord Gray. This would have been a better gray, but since the other two I did, the one with Ultron and Crossbones, is Runic Gray, I'm going to keep with it. I mean, it looks all right. It's a little bluer than I would like. You didn't hate Flash, but the ending was weak. The first half was not that bad. You know what I liked? I liked that, oh man, what's his name that did Batman? I just liked that he came back. That was the highlight of the movie for me. And then also George Clooney. And then we got to see Nicolas Cage, Superman. That was crazy. Oh man. Yeah, Michael Keaton. I think Michael Keaton was my favorite. Just because I remember being a teenager and like lining up to see the movie the weekend it came out. I didn't see it the first day, but I saw it that weekend with everybody in my high school went to go see it. No, wait. No, wait. I think we did see it the first day it came out. Because I remember everybody was planning to see it the day it came out. And we would go after classes. So after class, we all went to the movie theater. Like straight from school. And we saw it. It was crazy. Alright, here he is. Okay. And look how easy the bases are to do. So you just, like I said, you spray the whole thing black, dry brush white, and then look at how Runic fudge. Did it mix? Oh no. I think the colors mixed. I don't know. Fudge. Okay. We have to start over. Let's put the Runic Gray here. Where did I put it? Runic Gray. Okay. On Amazon, Sev, the Army Painter Speed Paints were on sale on Prime Day. So I'm willing to bet they're going to be on sale again on Black Friday. Oh, fudge. Man. Oh, I got some of the black paint on there. So we're going to have to touch up the white first. Okay. I have some white paint that I dolloped over there, so let me just grab some of that. Wipe it off, and then touch it up here. Fudge. Did it all dry already? It did all dry. Fudge. All right. Yeah, or if you see it on sale, you know, wherever you shop, should be fine. But I highly recommend. And it's like I said, it's half the price of Games Workshop contrast paints. And I have been using these like for all my miniature painting now. And this dry brush process, Sev, like I was saying, look at when I post this on YouTube, you know, I show the whole dry brush process at the beginning of the stream. Whenever you make a mistake like this, like even anywhere on the miniature, what you do is you grab a little regular white, not speed paint white, and then you just erase it. Like, you know. Red Skull looks great. Yeah, see, for speed paint, look at all the edges came out really nice. But I'm going to dry brush it a little more even. The concrete looks really good. No, wait till you see what I do with the concrete. because that's not even what's going on with the concrete. We're going to put runic thing over it. Okay. So we got that black done. Erased. See, sometimes you have to erase. And for water, I suggest using like a yogurt cup because it's shallow and it doesn't tip over easily. And just fill it halfway with water and then just clean it every now and then. If you put a tall glass or a tall plastic cup, it's so easy to knock over and spill all the water all over your desk. So, what did I do on the base? Just dry brush. That's just dry brush, but I'm going to put more on the... Watch. Okay, so see the runic? Watch. It's going to look even better, Sev. So that's just... It's all... The whole model is sprayed black and then dry brushed white. Now, like I said, I showed the dry brush process at the beginning of the stream, so you're going to have to look at it on YouTube. So, and then I get runic gray, and then watch this effect. Okay, we got the runic gray down here. Okay, let's move these out of the way because there might be a splash. Okay, watch this now. Look at that. Look how much better that gets. This is why speed paints are so freaking amazing. Because it gets in the crevices and it's a transparent paint. And that's why you dry brush it white, so then all those highlights from the white stand out when you paint. See? And don't worry about little puddles of, you move it around. And then also when we're going to dry brush it again at the end with like a sand bleached bone color. And it's going to look even better. See how this looks like, painterly? Kind of like a watercolor. I want to get it all around here too. I want to get around that rim so that the edge is like an edge. Yeah, this is the power of speed paint. It's like a super simple process. See, it gets all in the cracks. I want to kind of like dapple it on so then it doesn't all look even. But then there's a point where you got to stop touching it because the paint is already drying and you want it to, settle. Okay, we want that to settle now. It'll do its thing. Yeah. We still have a lot of this runic gray, so let's not let it go to waste. We'll use it on here too. See, it just starts out, the whole miniature was black, and then we dry brush white. And then the white becomes the highlights. They'll be slightly tinted. See? I wish, but the thing is, you got to make sure you put enough white, because some parts that you didn't put enough white will be still too dark, but that's okay, because we're going to dry brush it again afterwards. Let me put more runic gray. See? But if you don't want it as blue as it is, you could, like I said, you could use Gravelord gray, and that's more of a darker stone color. But I kind of like it with a little bit of tinted blue. This runic gray, actually, Sev, is the perfect color for Space Wolves. If you're going to use, use it to paint Space Marines. See, it's a perfect Space Wolf color. Let's just splash it all in there. It does look good for wolves, yeah. I think this is basically runic gray is basically Space Wolf's gray. They just can't call it that because it's not a Games Workshop product. Okay. So, like, see all those edges from the dry brushing? That's how you get your highlights. Okay, that's good enough. All right. The thing is getting it to, you have to wait till it dries before you could move on to other things. That's why it's better to work on, like 2 or 3 miniatures at once. So when you're waiting for one thing to dry, the other thing is, you could work on. Okay, let's do Black Widow. Black. Okay, we're gonna use the same thing, Grim Black, like we used on Red Skull. That's why I was doing Black Widow and Red Skull at the same time, because they just have similar color schemes. Okay. Okay. I always start from the back, just in case it turns out really bad. Okay. No, it looks all right. Okay. Just got to be very careful when it's near another color. And basically we're just going to do the whole thing black, and then like the armbands, I'll just paint that afterwards when it's dry with like a gold. And then these I'll just paint afterwards with like a brown for her holster and the straps. I mean, some people would paint that, right before, but I think it would be better to do those afterwards. And not with speed paint. You wouldn't, like, if this is already painted like this, you have to use a regular paint to go over it, because speed paints really can't go over another speed paint because they're transparent. So you will see the color underneath. This is too much color. We have to spread some of this to other parts. Okay, and then when we get to, you have to be kind of careful. So yeah, if I could do this while having to do robot surgery using the iPad camera and screen, you could do this. You just have to, put it close to your eyeball and you would be able to do a way better job. Some of it will drip like there's like a little bit of drip. But, we're not going for perfection, we're going for speed. That's why it's called speed paints. Man, I wish that didn't go out of focus because I am relying on the camera to see what we're doing. Okay. All right. Just gotta be careful near other colors. Oh, fudge. Oh, we made a mistake, but that's fine. Just wait till it dries and then try to fix it. Painting miniatures is the art of correction. You paint as much as you can, neatly. And then, after you're done, there's a whole process of fixing mistakes. It's True Games. I am using speed paints. Army Painter speed paint. Yeah, see by the Army Painter? Yeah. Welcome, It's True Games. And a big Peacekeeper salute to you. Peace angels in the chat. May the angels protect and guide you. So, see, that mistake is not so bad because that just looks like it's part of the collar. Do you paint miniatures, True Games? We are painting Marvel Crisis Protocol. And it's kind of hard to do this on stream because I'm streaming off of an iPad, and instead of looking at the actual miniature, I am looking at the iPad screen under, while the miniature and the paintbrush are underneath it, so I could get it on camera. It's like Dr. Robot surgery when they do that internal robotic laparoscopy surgery. There we go. I think I got it. All right, now I gotta look for any parts we missed. Let's see. Ooh, you've heard good things about the Army Painter Speed Paints. The Army Painter Speed Paints are amazing what they can do. And if you know anything about Games Workshop contrast paints, those are good too. But Army Painter Speed Paints are half the price. So I started with Games Workshop contrast paints, but then I switched over to Army Painter Speed Paints because they're the exact same thing. They're actually even a little better. And they are way cheaper. Yeah. I'm going to post this stream on YouTube. Same username, Wargame Peace, if you want to see the process from the beginning, including the whole, because there's a whole process with painting miniatures with speed paints and contrast paints. You have to, oh man, did I get some up there? Fudge, the paint ran. That's fine. You know what you do? You clean the brush. You dry it off. Get off as much water as possible. Try to wick away some of that paint. Yeah. We'll fix it in post. You just subbed me on YouTube? Thank you so much. Yeah. So, do you play any miniatures games? Or, let's see, personally, you use Citadel mostly, but you've been thinking about switching over. I think I used to use Games Workshop paints a lot. My problem was I was wasting money because the Games Workshop paints would eventually dry solid in the container, and you would only ever use maybe 1/3 of it, and you're paying way too much. While Army Painter paints just never, they never dry up in here because they're sealed in water, what do you call it? Eyedropper bottles. So, oh, you play Kill Team and Star Wars Legion? Cool. Yeah, you'll see some of my painted miniatures for, like, I have Warhammer Underworld stuff I posted recently. And I had a Star Wars Legion, what do you call it? The ATST and the, what do you call it? The Snowspeeder. I have those there on my YouTube. Man, I wish, she kind of looks with the black paint up along her chin there. It kind of looks like, what do you call that? The guy from Metal Gear, I forgot which Metal Gear. You know Raiden? when he was in the black suit. Yeah, he looks like that. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, see, with the gradations in speed paint, it does the highlighting for you after you dry brush. You prefer regular paints rather than speed contrast paints just for the control? Oh yeah. I mean, for me, um, I prefer. I just prefer. I'm not an artist, so I just prefer speed rather quantity over quality. Like, here's what's going on. Like, look at that black with speed paint. Now, I didn't even do any of these highlights. They just happen, with speed paint. That's all from, the slap chop method. So yeah, I did this on stream. And also the base. So, each method has their ups and downs. But here's the thing. A combination of both types of paint is the optimal thing. Cube not shiny enough, by the way. It will be. I'm going to dry brush this even more. And it will go even more beyond. But I have to wait till this base dries before I can dry brush it. See, it's still wet. So, yeah. So here, I'll show you the speed paint on this one. This is a Marvel United miniature. So what you do is you spray the whole thing black, and the primer I use is there. The Rust-Oleum chalked ultra matte paint and the charcoal color. So take a screenshot of that, and then that's what you should look for in the store, Sev. Or I order it off Amazon now, but it's available at like Home Depot. Let's see. Use contrast paints for glowing or semi-transparent stuff. Yeah, it's perfect for like plasma guns, definitely. And like engine exhausts and energy things like, like the Tesseract cube. Like it looks great on the Tesseract cube. Like I would add an extra highlight though, so I will dry brush this like a little more. So here, we're gonna use black. I need we'll get some Grim Black, speed paint. And 3, 4. But like I said, I'm not an artist, so I can't do all the highlighting and blending and all that. I just want to play the game or just have some miniatures on the shelf that look okay, they look good enough. So I always start them back. So this is speed paint black, and then see the white that we dry brushed earlier. It will, it will automatically do its thing. Yeah. So like I said, I'm not an expert painter. So mostly I'm streaming to show my friend here, Sev, who's a long-time miniature collector, but is new at painting miniatures. And so I just want to show him an easy way to get miniatures done. So not an expert streamer here. I could recommend really good stream painters on Twitch. Like Bicephalo Art Studio. I forgot how you spell it though. It begins with a B. Bicephalo Art Studio. He's really good. Let's see. You'll check out the YouTube tomorrow? Oh, you got to go to sleep? No problem, Sev. You know. But look at how much I can complete in... How long have I been streaming, Sev? Does it show a counter on how long I've been streaming? And, you know, basically almost done with 3 miniatures. It's that easy. It's like an infomercial. Like, look at these highlights. They're all right, you know? They're not the best, but I touch it up with another dry brush afterwards. Like a really light dry brush of a sand bleached bone color. Hide the Kush, 1 hour and 48 minutes. Thank you, Lucas. Lucas, hide the Kush. Oh man, so Lucas, I've been getting into the Luna stuff. Man, Chu's songs are really good. And just Chu's new look is stunning. And I'm like, is this Chu's actual personality? You know, it's so different from when she was in Luna and also doing her Chu Can Do It show. She looks like a totally different person. And like amazing. I mean, I like both. But so cool. Good night, Sev. And a big Peacekeeper salute to you. And also to Lucas, hide the Kush. And to, oh, what was it? True Gamers? Yeah, True Games. Peace angels in the chat. May the angels protect and guide you. Yeah. Let's see. Lucas says, true, she looks and acts a lot differently. I know. She looks so mature now. Like, I like it a lot. I mean, it's really cool to see them more freer, I think. And like not restrained with you know, a certain look, I guess. And like even Heejin, my God, Heejin in the traditional clothing looked amazing. See, look at the highlights on this belt buckle. So easy. And even there on the collar. That's so hard to do. I mean, you could do that with dry brushing, which I'm going to add to it also. But I really like it. Yeah. Yeah, True Games, if you don't know what we're talking about K-pop groups. These K-pop girl groups. But yeah, Chu's new song, was it Howl? I really like that one. Oh, fudge, I'm getting over the thing. Man, it's so hard to paint this without depth perception. I'm trying to move the miniature and just lightly move the brush. You're not a huge K-pop fan, but your girlfriend is? Yeah. I wasn't before. And then I was like, over the pandemic, I was like, all right, I'll try out some of these things. And then I was totally surprised, especially a lot of the new. Like, you could say some of the early stuff was kind of corny bubblegum pop, but some of the new stuff, man, it's really cool. Especially as the groups are getting older. That's really nice stuff. I mean, it's the same with like any kind of, like, you know, like for example, like say Taylor Swift or something. Like her music now is way different than, you know, when she was a teenager. So. Look at that. Almost done with the Red Skull here. Did I miss anything? Oh, maybe that edge here. Oh man, I took out that highlight. Oh well. This is fine. See, like, you could even stop right here and go, this is done. You know, just paint the base rim. But I will add a dry brush to this to make it pop more. And then do the base rim, and then I'll call it done. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Man, I really got to fix that somehow. I'm going to have to do that off stream, because that's going to require using the magnifiers. See, when I really need to get something exact, I use these magnifying things. They got a light and everything. And that's when I need to see something really up close and use the tiny brushes. So speed paint can't do everything. Sometimes you gotta touch up things. But you know, it's looking all right. You know, I'm gonna paint the armbands like gold, paint the gun holsters, maybe browns, and little straps. Put a wash on the metal here, you know, trying to make those bricks better. Okay, let me see if I could dry brush this one now, if this is dry. Yeah, it's dry enough. Oh man, I got a little puddle under his foot. You know what, that's fine. It's just a little bit of shadow. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna use this. This is Americana sand. It's cheap. You know, it's basically bleached bone, but for like $1. So, you know, for that price, yep, I'll use it. Hold on, let me get another. I use a water jug caps for my palette. Let me get a clean one so I can do the dry brush. Okay, yeah, because I like to do things as cheap as possible, because the hobby is way too expensive. Okay, let's move all of this up. Here we use this, you know, hobby craft paint. It's good enough for dry brushing. Oh, and for dry brushing, for those that just came in, I use makeup brushes. Elf Blending Eye Brush. It's like $1 or $1.25. Oh fudge, I got paint on my fingers. But yeah, I mean they're good enough for dry brushing. And I think I would rather do that and pay like $10 for an actual gamer dry brush. Not that I wouldn't mind it if Artist Opus wants to sponsor me. I would gladly use and recommend their brushes. Man. Okay, here we go. We're going to dry brush. Okay, so since all we want to do here is a very light highlight on him and on the base for the concrete and the tesseract, we want as little paint on the dry brush as possible. So we have to dip a little bit and remove a whole lot. like way more than we would have when we did the base coat dry brush for when we were, you know, doing the slap chop speed paint. So we have to rub off as much of the paint as possible. Okay. All right, and since we don't want to mess up, oh fudge, let's make sure our fingers are not covered in paint. So, since we don't want to mess up Red Skull right away, just in case there might be too much paint on the brush, we'll start off by dry brushing the concrete. So see how the cracks are picking up the dry brush and like smoothing out the stuff? Okay, now that we know that there's not too much paint on here, we could dry brush, you know, Red Skull. We only want the lightest of dry brushes, like even on his face. We want this tesseract to, there we go. I want those corners to glow. See? Let's get his face a little bit. We don't want to overdo it because we still want it to appear like he's wearing, you know, black. So okay, let's do the base. And we want these corners too. I mean the edges. Maybe we could even out that little shadow blob that we put at the bottom by accident. Yeah, I think it's doing its work. Let's highlight those edges. See, like this blob, we want to feather that out, because that's kind of a mistake. Make it less noticeable. Hold on, let me look at this with my eye. Okay. I think his face needs, oh, a little too much, but you know what? That's looking all right to me. Yeah, see? Picked out his brow and like a little bit of the front of his face. That's all you need. That's a little too much. Shenanigans! Hello, and thank you for the follow. And also to True Gamers. And who was it? Let me, what's the name again? Oh, they left? No. Something, oh man, I can't find it. Yeah, to the person that just followed, a big peacekeeper salute to you, Shenanigan. Yeah. Whoops. Back to Stream Manager. There we go. Peace angels in the chat for you. May the angels protect and guide you. Let's see. True Games says, not gonna lie, you're your new favorite streamer? My gosh. I hope I could live up to that. Yeah. Remember, like I said, I'm not an expert painter, but I try to find the easiest way to do things. Because otherwise, because you know what? When you collect Warhammer and all that, you end up with what they call the pile of shame. You end up buying way too much stuff and it sits there unassembled and unpainted because you think, oh my God, I can't paint it as good as the experts. But you know what? You don't have to paint it as good as the experts. Shenanigans 3D, welcome! And a big Peacekeeper salute to you. I wonder, are you into painting miniatures or model kits or things like that? Let me see, have I streamed games before? I have streamed video games, so there's a lot of that, especially on the YouTube channel where I put all the VODs. I haven't streamed any war games, any miniatures games yet, but I was thinking of doing that. The only thing is, like I said, I don't have like a big professional setup. I just have my iPad, which you're looking at. See, look how nice the concrete's coming out with just some dry brushing. I definitely should. Yeah. I was thinking of, because I'm getting into Age of Sigmar. I was thinking of, going through the demo learning scenarios from the starter set on stream. So hopefully I could do some of that. Let's see. Shenanigans. You make and print the stuff you're painting? Oh my God, that's pretty cool. Man, I want to get into 3D printing, but it's kind of expensive. I mean, it's the Warhammer stuff is expensive, but also I don't like to mess with chemicals. But man, all the people that are doing 3D printing are doing, it's amazing what you guys are doing. It's like, I would do it if I could. See, a little bit of dry brush. Let's get that buckle. A little bit of dry brush makes that stand out there. I think we could call this one finished, right? Let's get a little more up here. Let's dry brush that strap. Yeah. What are your favorite things at, do I work at AMG? Let me see. The guy Shenanigans? My gosh, do you? Yeah, maybe Shenanigans works at Atomic Mass Games. Pretty awesome. Yeah. I bought the, what do you call it? The Marvel Crisis Protocol, the original starter set, but after I get this painted and learn the game, you know what? Maybe True Games, since I'm doing, Marvel Crisis Protocol, maybe because I want to finish painting the miniatures this week. Maybe I'll do more of streams of painting the miniatures, and then when I have them all finished, I could do a stream of like, playing out the game, like the demo scenario in the rulebook. Since I don't even know the rules yet, so I could do a learning to play. Let's make this glow a little more. I think this is glowing enough. I think I don't want to overdo it, right? Yeah. Look at that. I think we could call this finished. Besides the base rim, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to paint the rim black off stream. But the bulk of the painting for this is done. Yeah. Really cool. See, speed paint. But you know what? This miniature was what, 3 colors? I mean, you could put way more colors if you wanted to, but it's just speed paint black, speed paint slaughter red, speed paint plasmatic blue, and then runic gray on the base. So we started from black undercoat, dry brushed white, then the speed paint, 1, 2, 3, 4 speed paint colors, and then a dry brush with this Americana sand color, which is basically bleached bone. And then, ta-da, finished, right? And then you don't use speed paint when you paint the rim. Use like regular black paint. Like I use this. What is this? Apple Barrel Black. It's just a cheap black. It's like $1. And then you just seal it with some sealer spray, some clear matte spray. And we're all good. Wow. Nice. Oh man, but this, and then here was the, yeah. Let's dry brush this too. Yeah, because that face is too flat. Let's dry brush that. So let's get some of the Americana sand. Black Widow I'm going to have to fix off stream because, man, that face is difficult to fix. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm not an expert painter. I just learned off YouTube the easiest ways to do things. So let's dry brush the base first to make sure there's not too much paint. Usually it's best to start dry brushing from the back so then you could see if it's too streaky. Okay, since it's not, we could just dry brush and pick out. Look at that. Oh man, that strap is hard to get. Okay, okay, cool. Let's get some of that belt buckle. Let's rub off more on the base. Get the edges. Yeah. But man, people that 3D print, amazing. And also people that can 3D model stuff. You know, like some of the 3D models that I've seen people make and then print are way better than Games Workshop stuff. Okay, let's dry brush the face. Just very lightly. It's hard to pick out, but it's not perfect, but you know, I think that's enough. Is just a little definition, like it's a little too black and red, but you know what? I think that's okay. Yeah, it looks all right. Let me look at it with my eyes. You know what? In actual lighting, it's a little dark, so maybe highlighting would be better. Yeah, maybe I have to just put another coat of red. Or like a lighter red. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. Okay, well, we'll try that. You know, some of it is experimentation. And then, even with just the highlights, it looks good, but I would put some metal, some silver, maybe on the belt buckles. Okay, I think that's enough on the black. Let's just get the base. Okay. I think we need a brighter red. Just highlight up here on them. Yeah, let me just do this, like this, and then we'll see how it works out. Okay. Let me put this in a safe spot so it doesn't get messed up. So yeah, this is great. Love it. Okay. Put that over here. Okay. We do have a brighter red. We'll try the blood red, which is what we used on Black Widow's hair. Oh, while we're dry brushing, where's the dry brush? Oh, fudge. Is this it? Yeah, let me get some. Why is it all black? I think that's why. I think there's some black in the brush. Okay, let me dry brush the brick. Oh, that's why, because we were dry brushing the black, and that's what happened. That's fine. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, because I want to dry brush Black Widow. Actually, let me use a fresh brush. Use this one. Oh, you know why? I dry brushed the chibi. I dry brushed this too soon because didn't I just put the black on it? It didn't have time to dry. That's why. That's what was happening. Okay. Let's dry brush stuff on the back. Okay, we're just gonna very lightest of dry brushes. Just to pick out any kind of edge. See? Oh, did I not paint that? Fudge, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, let's get some on the hair too. oh, a little too much. It's okay, because stuff can be fixed. Fingers. You know what, that looks okay. Yeah, okay, well, I'm going overboard. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Sometimes you gotta know when to quit. Okay. Let's go back with the, not Slaughter Red. I need the brighter one. Blood Red. That's what we need. Okay, so let's see what happens when we... I mean, we're basically starting over. Huh, red is just so hard to highlight. The sand color is definitely not the way to go. Man, his head's so shiny. Maybe if I dry brushed it with a yellow? Huh. See, the thing is, it's flat now again. Oh, fudge. Oh, man, I got... You know, sometimes it's difficult to do stuff. Yeah. But it's okay. You know, as a demonstration. And like I said, we're not going for perfection. But it's problem solving. Maybe a dry brush of yellow on it will pick it out. Or does it really need a dry brush? Maybe it needs a wash of black on it. Yeah, could be. Da-da-da. Man, how did I mess that up? Wasn't there before. Hold on. Where's the black? Let's see if I could fix that. Wait a minute. It's okay. All right. All right. What else can we do? Let's see. Let's put a wash of black on the metal grating. We'll use Army Painter. No, not that one. Shadow Wash. That's basically their Nuln oil. Wonder if I have to water it down. We'll just use it straight on. Da, 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 da. All right. All right. Look at that. Yeah, that definitely does it. Well, some New York City look there. Everything grimy. And I should know, I'm from New York City. Let's get some on the edges there. Let's get some in the brick. Oh, she's a brick house. Oh man, it spilled. Okay, that's fine. No, it's looking all right. Like I said, brick house. Man, look how it makes that metal pop. That steel, what do you call it, diamond plate? Okay, we want all the edge. To go even further beyond. There we go. Love it. Da da da. Okay. I need to flood this. It gets super dark. Here too. Okay. Bar foot. Over at the edge. All right, that's looking good. All right, was there anything? I feel like we need to darken the boobs. Let's darken the boobs. It's a little too highlighted. Okay. Oh man, we totally didn't put paint there. Let's fix that. There we go. All right, that's fine. Okay, we need this to dry. Oh man, this paint, the dark is pooling up here, so we have to absorb some of this and spread it around. Oh, no bubbles, please. Okay. I feel like it's a little too dark. We gotta remove some of this. Wick it away. It's too much. Oh, fudge. Gotta wick it away. How could I absorb that? It's like too much. Okay, you know what? This is about as good as we're gonna get that for now. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't see the chat moving. Okay. Yeah, wait. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. Let's see. Shenanigans said you're more in the practical and experimental end of things. Pretty cool. Shenanigans, if you're in the scientific part of 3D printing, you got to figure out a way that the chemicals aren't toxic. Because that's the only reason keeping me from getting into resin 3D printing. So I don't want any toxic chemicals and fumes in the house. Let's see. Watch that because you bought the new Spider-Man versus Doc Ock set. Oh, man, yeah. This Marvel Crisis Protocol seems to be blowing up. Now that there's a new starter set that just came out, and I'm tempted to get it, but I want to wait for there to be a sale. Plus, I got to finish the first starter set. Yeah. And Shenanigans says, you love designing something and have it in your hands in a few hours. Pretty cool. Looks pretty good. Thank you, Shenanigans. All right, what are we doing now? What can we fix here? I still want, I don't know if his head is, it's too flat. I think I made his body a little too gray now. I did too much dry brush. It's okay, we could put another wash on it. Let me put some silver on him, on those buckles. Do I have silver paint? I'm pretty sure I do somewhere here. Yeah, I got the Star Wars one for Star Wars Legion. Astromech silver. Okay, let me put that here. Let me use the tiny brush. But yeah, 3D printing, it's amazing. I know a friend of mine, he does, what do you call it? Drone racing. And he makes custom drone parts that he designs himself. That's too big a blob of silver paint. He does custom drone parts. Oh man, gotta have steady hand. There it goes. Fudge, this brush is, the point is not so, oh fudge. You know what? I think the point on this is dead. But, you know, we gotta work with what we got. Gotta work with what we got. And you know what? We're replicating comic art anyway. Which isn't perfect. So we're just gonna we'll put a black wash over this afterwards. And anyway, from tabletop height, not many people will notice. we're going for quantity over quality. Because we are speed painting. Man, that point sucks. There's some buttons. No, that goes all the way over there. This goes like this. I think that's good enough. Look at that. See? Fudge, I don't want to touch it. Is there anything on his collar? I mean, on the cuffs? There is, but no one will see it. No, yeah, the people will see it. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Okay. That's fine. All right. I don't know what to do about his face. It's a little too flat. But I don't know what color I could use to highlight it. I'm gonna have to dig around in my paints. Okay. Is there any silver here? You know what? Let's paint gold. We need gold. Do we have a gold color? We do. Bright gold. Oops, sorry. Okay. All right, we got some gold. Let's drop this gold here. Maybe we could use this. This is a good point. Okay. All right. All right. Do we? Wait a minute. That's not gold. Wait a minute. What is? It is gold. Okay. How can we get this? Do we just paint the whole thing? Or just the edges? Fudge, looks like we're painting the whole thing. Oh man, my fingers are shaking. It's not covering right, but you know, do what we can. There we go. It's okay. We'll put a ink wash in there. This looks terrible. I think the paint mixed with the sand color. fudge. Oh, I ruined that, but you know what? It's fine. Okay, what's the other one? Oh, I didn't know the brush was that close. Oh man, if I was wearing my magnifying things, this would be much easier. Oh no. Thank you. Oh, fudge. Let's see if we could fix that. Okay, we wet the brush. Just so you know. Okay, now we get a piece of tissue. I think that saved it. I think we saved it. Yeah. Whew. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's try to get whatever that is. You know, just a hint. I wish. You know what? I think the paint mixed with the. We need like a darker gold. Do we have a darker gold? I'm not liking the color. We have a copper. Let's try copper. Fudge. Because it looks way too light to me. Now, this one might be too dark, but it'll be fine. I think I didn't shake it up well enough, but you know. Fudge, fudge. Well, okay. I think I didn't dry the brush enough. You just have to. Ugh. Yeah. I didn't dry the brush enough. try to correct it. Just try to correct it with wet paint and water. That looks all right. Okay. Okay. So you know what I need now? I want to paint the holster. Let me get a brown color. I didn't pull a brown color. I need an opaque one, not a speed paint. So, let me go check the bucket of paint. Okay, good. We will use I think this is Reaper paints. Yeah, Reaper series paint. We got ruddy leather. I'm gonna try to. Hold on, let me shake this more because I know. Man, it's not coming out of the bottle. There we go. I don't need that much, so. Okay, what we gotta do is we gotta make sure the brush is dry. So let me wick off some of the paint from here. Okay. All right, let's, what are we doing? Okay, the holster. Now I just need the hint of brown. Fudge. Oh man, my depth perception is way off. Way off. Oh, why am I doing it like that? Jesus. Fudge, please. This is why I don't prefer regular paints and just go with speed paints, but these details are, oh man. Okay. We'll fix it. You know, painting miniatures is just all about correcting. Fudge, dude. Okay. Okay. I think we I think that's good enough. We just need a hint. We just needed a hint of that. Let me wipe off the excess off the brush. Okay. And then silver. Hope the silver is still, oh man, this is a big blob of water. Okay. God dang it. There. That's fine. You know what? We gotta fix. We've gotta fix. Oh. Wish it would focus instead of me having to guess. That kind of screwed it up, but it's fine. It's the black, regular black is too dark for the speed paint, but maybe when it fudge. Maybe when it dries. Oh man, it's a disaster. Let's feather this. Feather it with some water. It's okay, we'll dry brush this again. I think it's okay. You know what? Maybe I don't have to fix that part of the face. Well, no, I gotta touch up that. You know what? I think it's time for the smaller brush. I think that brush is too big. Let me get. Where did I put all those brushes? Let me use some of these smaller ones. Okay. I'm gonna have that one soak because there's starch in it. Da 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 da. Okay. This is the Crusader skin. Okay, how do I fix that? How do I fix that? We're gonna need, I guess, let's not use white paint. Let's use the sand. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my magnifying glass. See? So I'm gonna have to paint that off camera. What I'm gonna attempt to do, and it's gonna need surgical precision, is that black edge by the hair and the face. I need to fix that. Okay. It's going to require a little bit of TLC. Okay. Oh, fudge. Oh, man, I got paint on the iPad. It's okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, she has an ear. You know what? I think that's okay. Oh, fudge. Fudge. Hold on. Let me do this. I don't know. It's looking alright. Oh, a little too dark on the nose shadow. You know what? You could only see that from that side. Ugh. Trying. Hold on, let me do it with the magnifying glass. Looks okay to me. Okay, let me add dark wash to the rest stuff. I need another one of these. Low power mode. Oh man, the stream is gonna end. Okay, we got 10% battery. And then we got to end the stream quick because it'll burn out real quick. But I think we're done. Let me take off the magnifier. Okay, that's better. Why is the tip like that? All right, everybody. The stream will be ending soon because we have 10% battery and we got a low power warning. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Did you guys enjoy this? Please let me know and check my YouTube channel when I post the VOD. And let me know here if you're gonna come back and watch it another time. If I do more of these, there's a bunch more heroes I have to paint up. There, that looks great. Okay, that hits the spot. That hits the spot. Yeah, that fixes everything. Yeah. That'll even out. Yeah, when that dries, that'll be fine. Okay, and then, like I said, the only thing left to do is paint the base rim black. I think we're good. Look at that, Black Widow. So what we did today, and my goal, Black Widow and Red Skull. Yeah, I would call this completed. Nice, similar color scheme. Now the only thing is the Marvel United one. The Marvel United one is okay, but I think the face is a little too... No, you know what, the red is okay, but I wish it had, a little more definition, but it's fine. If I wanted to just play with this right now on the table, it'd be fine. Yeah, he's okay. Cool. Yeah, and the Tesseract, I think it's glowy enough. That's some good glow there. And then Black Widow's ready to punch people. Cool. All right, everyone, I'm going to go. We're at 9% battery. Please check it out when I post the VOD on YouTube. And, please like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow here and everything. I'll be doing more. Hopefully, and then hopefully I could get a game of this on the table and to show you guys some Marvel Crisis Protocol. Let me pan up. There we go. Well, that's what we're doing. Oh, that's my magnifier. Let me go. All right. If you enjoyed this live Rosa Pass broadcast, please consider giving me a follow and making a new friend. And to all my peacekeepers out there, a big peacekeeper salute to you and everyone. Peace angels in the chat. May the angels protect and guide you. All right. Thank you, everyone who's watching. Hope to see you all again soon. Night, everyone. Peace.